Okay, we're now on to subtracting vectors in 2 dimensions. As with subtracting vectors in 1 dimension, it's merely the same as adding the opposite vector. So this would be the same as 10 kilometers north plus a negative 3 kilometers east, which is the same as 10 kilometers north plus 3 kilometers west. So to work with this problem, we first need a measurement of 10 kilometers north. So we need our little compass direction. Ooh. So we've got north, and we also now have a scale that we need to work on, or work out. So looking at the length of our ruler, size of our page, and these numbers, I can estimate that 1 centimeter being equivalent to 1 kilometer should work. So I need to draw a line that is 10 centimeters north. Not quite sure why I can't get that ruler perfectly up and down, but for the purposes of demonstration, this will work. Draw this line in 10 centimeters. I'm going to slide down my page a bit. And I'm going to be adding it in the west direction, so I want to go this way a bit. Draw my line 10 centimeters long. Then add 3 kilometers west. Or to scale 3 centimeters, that would be. And of course then drawing my resultant vector from the start of the first vector in the addition to the end of the last vector. And, oh, sorry, I guess I should measure that, not just draw it. And it looks like it's about 10.3 centimeters. Or 10.3 kilometers. And now I need to measure my angle. Just move the ruler out of the way, put my protractor in, spin it around, and line it up here. And it looks like we have north 17, did you say that is? Yeah, north 17 degrees west. So that is north 17 degrees west. There you have it, subtraction. It's really just addition. You just have to do a little bit of thinking ahead of time to know that you're adding the opposite direction. And that's subtraction. Adding and subtracting vectors when the question has a not straight up and down or side to side vector gets a little bit more confusing. Let's give this one a try here. We've got 3 centimeters east plus 4 centimeters east, 30 degrees north. Of course, we need to draw in our direction pointer. And from there, we see we don't need a scale. Things will be a 1-to-1 scale. So we just need to draw our vector starting from here, moving 3 centimeters straight east, and then we need to draw another vector 4 centimeters east, 30 degrees north. So to do that, we put the tip of the arrow at the origin of our protractor. We go 30 degrees right there, and we just put a little dot. If I can make a dot, that is. Okay. One more time. Okay, well, it looks like sort of the middle of that is where I'm aiming. So now, when you do this with an actual pencil, you'll be able to be much more accurate. Now we grab our ruler, put the 0 at the tip, spin our ruler through that point, and draw our line 4 centimeters long. Now it just happens that our protractor was about 4 centimeters wide. That isn't always going to happen. Sometimes your mark is going to be down here. Sometimes it'll be way out here. Either way, just make sure you line your ruler up through it and draw to the length that you need. And then we draw our resultant vector. we see that our resultant vector is 6.7 centimeters long. So it's 6.7 centimeters. And grab a protractor. Line it up. And measure that the resultant vector is east 17 degrees north. Now, I may not have been real consistent throughout these tutorials, but I do want you to write when you're typing it into the computer with no spaces here. So east 17 degrees north. And I will create a Moodle video how to put the degree in there in Moodle when you're doing quizzes and such. If you're just doing it here in terms of on paper and pencil, well, as long as I can read it, that's fine, because that'll just be a scanned PDF that I'll be marking. All right, it gets a little bit trickier when we're subtracting vectors in 2 dimensions when the one of the questions is not in a straight up and down or straight sideways. Even trickier in subtracting, because what does or what is the opposite direction of north 38 degrees east? Well, let's start off by drawing our vector of 4 centimeters north. And once we have that vector in there, put our ruler out of the way, and we bring in the protractor. Well, let's look at what north 38 degrees east would be. North 38 degrees east would be, north 38 degrees east with our direction in here. So north 38 degrees east would put us right about there. Now, if we were to draw our line here, so that it passed through our mark here, well then, we would be drawing a line that went in that direction, which is, surprise, surprise, south 38 degrees west, the exact opposite letters or directions, but with the same degree marker. So you can see that 4 centimeters north, or sorry, that it's the same thing as 4 centimeters north plus a negative 6 centimeters north 38 degrees east, which is the same as 4 centimeters north plus 6 centimeters south 38 degrees west. That's subtracting vectors in 2 dimensions.